Good morning, guys. This is a quick tutorial on turning and pulling out into the nearest lane. It is night, but it's really morning, so you want to come up to the edge of the road. Some of the things I see for beginning drivers, and this is an outside view, you have to pull up to the edge of the road. I'm looking to the left, so you're waiting for a gap. A gap is a space in traffic, so I'm waiting for cars to come by, and then when the cars come by, and it's clear, I'm going to go in the nearest lane. Either you're going to pull out in front of a car that's 4, 5, 6, 7 cars away, or you're going to pull out after a car goes by and it's safe. You always want to turn into the nearest lane. I'm going to show you. So you turn into the nearest lane. In most states, the rules require you to turn into the nearest lane. I'm making a right turn. The right lane is the nearest lane. I'm going to make a lane change to the left. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. I get over to the left lane. I cancel my blinker. You want to look ahead as far as possible. If you've seen my content before, hopefully you have. By scanning and looking ahead, you will be safe. You also notice the headlight glare. If you're an eyeglass wearer or it's hard to see, you definitely will see kind of stars and smears. You want to make sure your windshield is clean and clean off the headlights. It's wintertime here in North America, so you want to clean that windshield off. You make sure your headlights are clean so you can see. So I'm scanning, I'm looking ahead. The speed limit here is 50. I'm at about 45 miles an hour. I'm looking, checking my mirrors. You want to be smooth. A lot of beginning drivers hug the right, so I'm going to kind of hug the right lane. You can see me kind of hugging the right lane a little bit. And I'm going to hug the left lane, kind of going back, hugging the lane. Lane positioning is the most important thing. You learn that by looking ahead. Think about walking down a hallway at high school. Most of you are high school age, some of you are older. Let me go ahead and get over one lane to the right. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. And, you know, a lot of my viewers are from around the world, so I'm blessed to contact you and communicate with you. So I'm going up to the edge here. Here's another major important thing. Again, I'm in the nearest inside lane. I want to turn in the nearest inside lane. These are some complex maneuvers I'm going to do on busy thoroughfares. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. People run lights. People are tired. There's ice. There's debris in the road. Trucks run lights. You have to be a defensive driver. If you're not going to be a defensive driver, you will eventually hit someone or someone will hit you. The goal when you learn how to drive is to avoid accidents. It takes up to 10 years to become a full, consistent, safe, defensive driver. If your learning process was a little rough, your parents didn't take you out, you don't have enough time on the road, you're going to be hesitant, you're going to be nervous. Left turns, right turns, lane changing. This is a double right turn lane. I'm in the inside lane, I've got to turn. So I look to the left, again, this is inside view. I turn into the nearest lane. Nearest lane is to my right. So I made my turn and I'm getting up to speed smoothly. The speed here is 50 miles an hour. So I'm getting up to speed. I'm being careful. I see the semi truck to the left. I see cars that could pull on in front of me to the right. I'm going to go ahead and make a lane change, one lane to the left. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. I'm making these smooth lane changes. Cancel your blinker. Now, there's a railroad track ahead. You have to look left, right, and left before you go over the railroad track. You will lose deductions and points if you do not do that. I'm going to go ahead and get over one more lane to the left once I pass the railroad tracks. I'm going to make a left-hand turnaround, looking over my left shoulder. I'm getting into the left turn lane. This is called a J-turn. It has various names. Different states, provinces have different names for it, but I'm in the inside lane to the left. I come up to the stop sign, and I stop and I'm looking to my right. Complete stop for 3 seconds. Then I make my turn, staying in the inside lane, and I turn out hand over hand. More on the discussion of hand over hand in another session. Again, railroad tracks again. I look to the left, I look to the right. I have good speed control. So I'm going smoothly, I'm taking my time. I'm looking ahead, scanning. You should see the crosswalk sign flashing. You might be able to. I always tell my students that that's flashing. The light is on a countdown to change. It's called a stale green light. I give DMV tips also. See, there's the light. So you want to have a nice slowdown. You want to squeeze the brakes really smooth. You want to stop behind the stop line. On the permit test, I give permit test tips also. So I have a complete stop. I'm nice and safe. I've checked my rear mirror every 12 to 15 seconds. Again, you have to look around. You have to be that defensive driver. There are road signs everywhere, guide signs everywhere, regulatory signs everywhere. Again, to the left. If you know what this sign means, there are 2 signs. Type it into the comment section, and then I'll shout you out. So I see a big semi truck coming up behind me. I'm hoping they see me. A lot of drivers have been driving 8, 10, 12 hours. They're tired, so you always want to be aware for that. And I'm looking for this driver to stop in at least a few feet from behind me, which they did. But it's still kind of a scary feeling when that semi truck is there and you're like, oh my God. So I'm up to speed. You know, people always, just a person in a Subaru to the right, they always want to clown and kind of race. We don't have time for that today. I'm going from one lane to the left. I looked over my shoulder and I'm going across the intersection scanning. Try not to make lane changes in the intersection. That was my bad habit, and I'm not perfect, so you always have to be honest. If you have bad habits, type it into the comment section. No one is perfect in this life, but you want to try to be honest and consistent and do your best work. So I'm coming up, I'm staying to the outside part, see a double turn lane, okay? And then I stop at the stop line and I'm looking to my right. Again, this is the inside view, no GoPro today. GoPro is on top, just looking out the front. And I'm just waiting. I'm in the far right lane, so I will go all the way over to the right. Again, just taking my time, being patient and waiting. Don't get frustrated. Don't have anxiety. If you have anxiety, after off-peak hours in the morning is a nice time to drive. Early afternoon is a nice time to drive, or mid-evening. You don't have all the traffic, so it's green, but I'm looking, I'm checking. I accelerate across, and then I'm all the way over to the right. And I'm looking, I'm scanning. You can't cut through the gas station to make the right because it's called avoiding the light, and that is a ticket. So I turn on my right turn signal. I'm squeezing my brakes. A lot of beginning drivers wait till the last second, and then you have the jerk. So I'm coming up to the edge, and then you see how the driver has their vehicle turn, and I'm coming up looking, anticipating a pedestrian. And I look and check, it's clear. I turn into the nearest lane, and then I turn out. That's the correct turn. So let's review. We did turns today. We did some lane changing. We talked about an early night/morning drive. You want to have your windshield clear. You want to have your headlights clean. You want to make sure you have fuel in your vehicle. Your wipers are good. If your eyeglass wear, make sure your windows are clean. Get your eyes checked. I have to get my eyes checked. That's got something in the mail. You want to have good speed control. If you feel this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Share it, okay? If I get 25 likes on this video, I'm going to shout out the person, and I'll have all of you help decide the name of my new YouTube channel, okay? I want you to be involved, and I do have a Google number. You just have to look up in the community area. Please give us a thumbs up. If you like it, subscribe to my channel. It's called Driving with the Myles. I'm a state certified instructor. Have a blessed and safe day.